Good morning. I'm Deanna from MacArthur Library, and we are going to learn how to make some delicious butternut squash muffins and talk about eating seasonally in Maine. So I'm part of a CSA, so I am using ingredients that I have gotten in my CSA box, but these are local foods that you can grab at any market. There's some great winter farmers markets out there, so you could get some nice local produce there. And today we're featuring the squash. I wanted to do this recipe because I think sometimes we steer away from vegetables that are harder to prepare or that maybe we don't love. And I don't love squash, to be honest with you. I love turnip, rutabaga, I love carrots, parsnips, all of that. But squash, I don't know, just like mashed up or roasted, plain, it's just not my thing. And it comes in my box and I don't want to waste it. So I have a bunch of different ways to use this, which we're going to talk about. So I always roast it. And I'm going to show you some photos in a minute of how I do that. It's about a 325-degree oven for about an hour. It's super easy, and then you just scoop it out of the skin. That's way easier than trying to chop it up and peel it or something. You can put a hole in it and microwave it. I've done that with limited success. I find it's just easier to roast it. And then you get this yummy puree. So, some of the ways that I've used this puree, and I roasted a couple of squashes at once. This keeps in the fridge nice. And it also freezes, really. I just put it in baggies and flatten them out and freeze them. I use this in smoothies and anything that you might use pumpkin in. So today we're going to make muffins. I've used this in smoothie. And then I had read, and I just tried this recently, and I started off very sparingly and taste tested along the way, but I put it in my spaghetti sauce. And you don't even know it's there. It's just the tomato and the spices that you're using in there just completely mask. But you're getting the health benefits of having the squash in there, which is awesome. Squash is full of vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, all sorts of things that are good for you. So it's a great thing to sneak in. And I thought we'd talk about, for those people who aren't giant squash fans, there you go. So our muffins today are super simple. I've posted the recipe. All you do, I'm going to show you I have my bowl of dry ingredients. It's flour, spices. You can play with the spices. You could use all cinnamon. I've mixed it up a little. I have cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. And it's baking soda, baking powder, and then your wet ingredients, which I have eggs. You can use butter or oil. I did oil today because I was feeling lazy, and I want to get these cooked quick because it's going to be my breakfast. What did I say? We have eggs, honey. We're going to put our puree in, and vanilla. So also in this recipe are apples. So I got these little apples in my CSA box. So I wanted to use those up as well. So I just sliced up 3 of these, and I put a little water in a saucepan and boiled them down. So those are in here too. So what you want is 2 cups of puree. So mine's a mixture of the apple and the butternut squash. And you're just going to add that in. You could put this through a Foley food mill or put it in your blender, your food processor. I don't mind that it's not completely pureed myself, so I didn't bother with that, but that's just a taste preference. Also, my recipe, it calls for a 1.5 cups of flour, white flour, and I mixed half whole wheat and half white flour just to make them a little bit healthier. So all you're going to do is you're going to blend up your wet ingredients, mix up your dry ingredients, and then you're going to blend them together. And I'm not going to make you watch me do that, sorry. And so you blend this up, you put it in your prepared muffin tins. I fill these about 2/3 of the way full, and you bake them in a 400-degree oven for 18 to 22 minutes maybe. You're just going to want to test them. maybe after about 20 to see, maybe after about 15 minutes to see where they're at. Depends on your oven too. So I will show you the finished product after they come out of the oven. Oh, too, I wanted to say I love raisins in any of my spice cakes. So I'm going to throw a handful of raisins in mine. You could put nuts in it. You could put topping on the top. So these are really flexible in terms of, taste. So go wild, do what you want to do with it. And I'll be back to show you the finished product. Hey, I'm back. So the muffins are done and they came out great. I'm just going to tip you here so you can see. So it made 16, although I think I could have maybe filled these a little fuller. So if you notice in this pan, I had leftover batter. So these are a little bit bigger, but these are fine. And just want to say, so again, I used half whole wheat flour and half, these are a little bit warm to be opening up, but I just want to show you how nice and light these came out. So I used half whole wheat and half white flour, and that gives them a little bit lighter texture. You could use 100% whole wheat, and that's fine. They're just going to come out a little denser. So I just wanted to speak to that for a minute. They're still delicious. I just prefer them to be a little more, I don't know, pastry-like. They're not super sweet. It's a half a cup of honey is all I use for sweetener in here. I did put raisins in here and that sweetens it up a little bit. You could dust the top of these with sugar. But these are absolutely fantastic. So I hope you try them. Let me know. And we'll see you next time. Oh, I wanted to tell you on Thursday's Thanksgiving, so this won't happen at 2:30, but I'm going to do a Thanksgiving leftover edition on Saturday at 2:30. So tune in for that. We'll see you next time.